That's okay. A little bit. How's that? A little bit louder. There we go. A little bit louder. Oh, okay. Okay. Cause I hear myself more outside than I do in the phones. Yeah. Hey, nope. No, I'm not hearing myself in the phones at all. No, no, no. I mean, I can hear myself, but not, no, almost. I thought I heard a little short. Short. No, no. I mean, I can hear myself, but it's muted, but that's Welcome everybody to Marathon, Wisconsin, where today's baseball game pits the visiting Columbus Dons from the Clover Belt East versus the home team Marathon Red Raiders of the Marywood South. Marathon comes in with a 16-5 overall record, 7-3 conference. They took second in the conference of the Marywood South, always tough Marywood South, finishing second to Edgar. Edgar came through at the end and was able to win at the last game of the year to take conference, first time in conference in many years. Stratford and Marathon finished a tie for second with Auburndale fourth. For the Clover Belt East, Columbus ended up taking fourth in the Clover Belt East. Loyal, which is ranked in the top 10 in the state, won the Clover Belt East. Neilsville took second, with Gilman coming in third. The last game for the Columbus Dons, they beat Greenwood 11-1, a very common opponent. Earlier, a couple weeks ago, Marathon went over to Greenwood and 10-run them. So they do have a common opponent right there. As far as tournament coming up, we got tournament action coming up starting the 29th, 2 days from now. And it's kind of weird how that works, is that as long as tournaments haven't started, you can still play, and that's why Columbus has a game tonight versus Marathon. But Columbus starts tournament play on Thursday, the 29th. They are the number 5 seed, and they play New Lisbon. So they kind of put Marshfield Columbus in D4 down in the southwest part of the state. So Columbus is in D4. There's only 4 divisions in spring baseball. Marathon, on the other hand, received a bye. They got a number 2 seed in Division 3 sectional. The number 1 seed, Elk Mound, last time I checked, were 16-1. Marathon finishes, like I said, 16-5 overall. They're the 2 seed. Stratford is the 3 seed, and Fall Creek is the 4 seed. Edgar, also from the Marywood South, received the number 1 seed. Auburndale received a 7 seed. And Rib Lake was a top seed in their Division 4 also. And lucky, I don't know if you call it lucky, but they're the same sectional / regional as Edgar. Marathon, their first game will be June 3rd. They received a bye, and and they also have a game coming up on Thursday and Friday. Since their tournament doesn't start until next week, they can still play games. So they have 3 games this week, even though WIAA tournament technically starts on Thursday. So Marathon will play Rib Lake on Thursday. That's at home, and visiting Pittsville on Friday. 2 ranked top 10 teams in the state on the WIS Sports calendar. On June 3rd, Marathon will host 2 home games. They'll face the winner of Cadott and Glenwood City. They'll take on the winner of Cadott and Glenwood City on Tuesday, and if they win, they'll play again on Thursday, June 5th, and that's where that number 3 seed Stratford would come in for that one if they continue to win. So Marathon looking good. The only away game that you'll see Marathon playing in the tournament is at sectionals. And I believe sectionals for this Division 3 area is down at, I want to say, not Altoona, Augusta. I believe it's in Augusta. So things are looking good for Marywood. If you look at their 5 losses have been to ranked teams. They got beat by Edgar. They got beat by Gibraltar, which was ranked number 1 in the state, Division 4. They've gotten beat by New Richmond, which ranked in the top 15 in Division 1. And they got beat by Stratford twice, 1 run each game. So their 5 losses are some really, really quality opponents. And that set them up for a good stretch run. After that, they've kind of been red hot. So Marathon's kind of keeping things in order. Columbus getting another game in right before the tournament action, and we'll see how things take over here. We'll take a short break here on Zaleski Sports. And again, thank for all the sponsors who sponsor Zaleski Sports to bring high school baseball or high school athletics to you. So we'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Here at Brickner Motors, in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep, and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
If you're looking for a local builder you can trust for your next home project, You found them in Underwood Construction, with decades of experience in building homes, replacing siding, decks, garages, and roofs. There is no home project they can't help with. Underwood Construction is a fully insured builder covering all of central Wisconsin. No matter your next project, if you need someone you can trust to do it right at a great price, call Underwood Construction at 715-573-5754.
From carpeting options to vinyl plank, Marathon Flooring is a family-owned business focused on local service and values. They specialize in both home and commercial flooring, treating every project as its own unique style. Transform your home from the ground up with Marathon Flooring.
Come see handcrafted gifts at the Copper Mug in Marathon. Find seasonal themed decorations, clothing, and gift options in our new lower level boutique. When you shop the Copper Mug, your business supports local artists, crafters, and families in our community.
Hey, we're back here on Zaleski Sports, welcoming you to the Marathon Red Raiders versus the Columbus Dons non-conference baseball here in Marathon, Wisconsin. Tonight's game is brought to you by numerous sponsors here on Zaleski Sports. We'll take another short, quick break here where they play the national anthem here at Marathon, so we'll be back after more announcements on Zaleski Sports. Hey, we're back here in Marathon where the Marathon Red Raiders are taking on the visiting Columbus Dons in a non-conference WIAA baseball game. We'd like to announce the starters for the Marshfield Columbus Dons of the Clover Belt East, 12-9 overall, 6-6 in the conference. The lineups for the Columbus Dons: Carson X, the second baseman; Mish Kanishki, the catcher; Ray Becker, the center fielder; Devlin Timler, the shortstop; Carter Summer pitching; Brock Weiland in right; Ryan Bernick at third; Jude Becerra at first base; and Drew Lang, the left fielder for the Marathon Red Raiders. A very common lineup that they've been sticking with almost all year. Cody Ratke, the lone senior on Marathon Red Raiders; Blake Underwood starting at shortstop, batting second; True Thurs is the pitcher; Drew Wolfel batting cleanup in left field; Quillen Conkle moving up the order in right field; Owen Krauser, the steady catcher; Ian Schuda at second base; Charlie Ehlert at first; and Evan DeBrew, the third baseman. So we're ready to take action here tonight, or this afternoon, we should say. And a kind of a tune-up for both teams for WIAA tournaments coming up. We mentioned earlier that the Dons will play New Lisbon on Thursday, and Marathon is off until the following week. They will play the winner of Cadott and Glenwood City on June 3rd, and then the regional final will also be at home should Marathon win, and we hope they do. Will be June 5th, probably against Stratford, who's also got the number 3 seed. So, like we said, Elk Mound over by Eau Claire got the 1 seed. Marathon got the 2 seed. It was kind of interesting. Marathon got swept by Stratford, but yet finished with a higher seed than Stratford. Fall Creek brings in the number 4 seed. So kind of interesting the way things work out. Never can trust the WIAA seating. And we'd like to thank our pregame show sponsor, Brickner Motors of Little Chicago. Brickner Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep. When you need a new vehicle, let their family take care of yours on Little Chicago's north side. So here we go, leading off for the Dons, Carson X, the second baseman. What a nice day for a baseball game. No wind. I suppose it could be a little bit warmer, but believe me, after some of the cold days we've had this spring, this is kind of nice. The flags pretty much are not moving. The one in center, right, left center at Marathon Cheese, blowing a little bit. If you're a right fielder, wind's not going to help you. If you're a right-hander, if you're a left-hander batter, you might get a little lift from the wind. 1-1 on the curve. Got him looking. True thirds. Probably the number 3 pitcher for Marathon. Cody Radke and Blake Underwood do most of the pitching. Ian Schuda also fills in at the pitching spot for the Red Raiders. And down goes X on a strikeout. So the first out of the game and the first out of the inning, that brings up Mac Kaniski, the catcher. First strikeout of the game for Thurs. Kaniski, a very common name in Marshfield. A very well-known basketball name for the Dons. Thurs gets a strike across. A lot of WIAA tournament action heating up right here. They got track regionals today. I know Marathon is over at Stratford for regional track. Marathon did a nice job in track this year for the boys. The girls finished second in the Marywood, and the boys won conference title in the Marywood Conference. So Coach Miller's got a good program going there. Popped up, right field, going back is Quillen Conkle, and he makes the catch for the second out. And that brings up the center fielder, Ray Becker. If you're following track for Marathon, they got an absolute stud on the track team this year. Chris Marcel just threw a shot put over 60 feet, and he leads the state in discus with a throw over 200 feet. Down the first base line, right to Ehlert. Lines out to Ehlert, and there's your third out of the inning. So, after a half an inning, it's the Dons, nothing, and Marathon coming to bat here in the bottom of first. We'll be after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com. For the very best in craftsmanship and innovative construction, put your trust in Scherer Construction. You'll see their work when you drop your kids at school, visit the public library, drive past the fire station, or even in the industrial park. Scherer Construction has helped countless homeowners with bringing their dreams to life, and hundreds of businesses create beautiful facilities that make our communities shine all throughout Wisconsin. For your next residential, commercial, municipal, or educational construction project, join the countless others who have put their faith in Scherer Construction. Find their location right here in Wausau or online at schererconstruction.com.
Zaleski Sports would like to welcome you back here at a Marathon for tonight's afternoon game between the Marathon Red Raiders and the visiting Columbus Dons. At the controls, we have the effervescent Hannah on controls, does a nice job. She kind of leads the pack here, so whatever she says goes, and we'll get some discussion going with her about some weird stuff that she brings up. So we're ready to go here. Leading off, Cody Radke, the center fielder, the lone senior on the team, takes a strike on the outside corner. Like I said earlier, Marathon has an absolute stud in track. Chris Marcel leads the state, all divisions, with a shot put throw. Cody loops one in the right fielder. The right field coming in strong, and he's not going to get it. And Cody Radke starts off the game with a single, advances to first. Chris Marcel is throwing a shot over 60 feet, and I believe his last throw in the discus was 208 feet, if I'm getting the numbers correct. But he leads the state in the discus, and I think he's second in the shot put. So he's got some Division I schools looking at him. Coach Miller's got kind of a motor running there for the track program, both boys and girls. Underwood, starting shortstop, doubles as the pitcher. There will be a 4-inning JV game after this. They complete the game. There's a strike. Evens it up at 1-1. Cody Ratke, always a threat to steal. Chases the high one. All right, Hannah, we know what a Red Raider is. What's a Don?
I don't know.
Hannah doesn't know. Has to do something. It's got to do something with kind of a religious connotation with Columbus Dons.
That's my assumption.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, no, I have no idea.
I'm sure someone knows out there somewhere. Okay, we're gonna put the Google machine to work here and see what they say. So 2-2. Takes one high to Underwood. Ratke getting a lead at first. Again, watch the pitcher's back foot. That will tell you if he's going to go over to first. Ball's back. Okay, Hannah's got the Google machine going.
Likely refers to the historical connection between Columbus Catholic Schools and the Knights of Columbus. Okay.
Oh, a connection between the
Catholic men's organization.
Knights of Columbus.
The term dawn in Spanish or
Okay, there it is. Grounder to short. Over to first, and down goes Underwood. 6-3 with Ratke advancing to second. So he does move the run over. So phone out of Don's relation to the Knights of Columbus organization.
a dawn was a lord
A Don was a lord
in Spanish.
in Spanish. Interesting. I don't know Spanish. So all I can say is see. So, so we got a little conference going on the mound there. Speaking of a conference on the mound, if you ever get a chance, Google Sermon on the Mound. Sermon on the Mound. It's a guy who has a Harry Carey replica voice. It's just a great baseball satire where they got a guy, the catcher shakes off Jesus three times on the mound, and it's really humorous. Sermon on the Mound. Google it. It's a great baseball satire. Holden Ratke on second. Third's the left-handed hitting, right-handed, but batting from the left side. Pops it up. That could drop into left center. Coming on, and it does. Ratke goes to third. And two seeing eye singles. Third gets on. Again, with a little blooper, both those little bloopers, but they always say it's not how hard you hit them, you just got to hit them where they ain't. And both Ratke and Thurs have done that. Runners at the corner, one out. Wolfel steps to the plate. Thurs always aggressive on the base pass, looking to probably steal. Put some pressure on the pitcher. Ratke at third has to watch for that pickoff attempt. It goes away. Ooh, that was outside. Kind of a generous strike zone tonight. Yeah. Thurs benefited from that a couple times the first inning. Wolfel right up the middle. Gets underneath the glove of the shortstop, and in comes Ratke. Going to second is Thurs. Ooh, and he just sneaks it in there. So Wolfel gets a single. And that brings in Ratke for the first run. Thurs moves to second. That brings up Quillen Conkle, the right fielder. Again, someone who throws right-handed but bats left-handed. As Mike Sykes would say, ambidextrous, or ambivalent. Mike Tyson was not the most fluid-speaking English major in the world. Conkle takes a whiff. Conkle behind in the count, 0-1. The Dons of the Clover Belt East. They broke the Clover Belt up into 3 different spots. Conkle misses. And is behind in the count, 1-2. A lot of schools, the seniors are done. I'm sure a lot of the teachers love that. Get the seniors out of there. Your enrollment drops quite a bit, by a quarter. Pops it up. Infield fly is called. Runs on first and second. And Conkle flies out or pops up to the shortstop for the second out.
And next for the Red Raiders, catcher number 21, Owen Krauser.
And Owen Krauser, a sophomore catcher. Filled in really well this year as a sophomore catcher. They had first Thurs was going to catch, and then Cale Quaint's suffered an injury, and it was lost for the year, and that's made Krauser into the full-time catcher, and he just done a great job. Generally, a very generous outside strike on a couple calls, but he's consistent. Follow the back, off the wrist. It's always nice to see fans here when they're not dressed in hoodies, parkas, and a quilt wrapped around them. A couple people in shorts. Nice weather coming up this weekend. Ooh, self-defense, but it hit the bat. 0-2 the count, 2 down. Bottom of 1. Marathon girls starting tournament play tonight in the softball. If you're looking from a camera view, just on you, where you see the church steeples in the school, halfway between here and there, the Marathon girls are taking on Edgar in WIAA girls softball, Division 4. And down goes Krauser for the third out and a strikeout. So after 1 complete, it's the Marathon Red Raiders 1 and the visiting Columbus Dons nothing. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Here at Brickner Motors, in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep, and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
Looking for a new or different career path right here in Marathon? Look no further than Machine on Maratech Avenue in the Marathon Business District. Hiring for fabrication and more, this local company offers competitive pay and plenty of flexibility. Machine is locally owned and operated and is a proud supporter of the city of Marathon. Good luck to the Marathon High School athletes this season from Machine on Maratech Avenue in Marathon.
Hey, we're back here in Marathon. In a bit of a daydream here, looking up some WIAA schedules here. Like I said, the Marathon girls are taking on the number 5 seed Edgar Wildcats just on the other side of the school there. And the winner of that game gets to advance against number 1 ranked Pacelli. They had to move up a division because of their success in D5. They now are a D4 school, and that's kind of the problem. If you're a 4 or 5 seed or an 8 or 9 seed, you get to win your first game, but then you always got to beat the number 1 seed. So here we are back in Marathon, where Marathon grabbed the 1-0 lead in the bottom of first. Starting off the shortstop, Devlin Timler, the shortstop, facing Truthers on the mound. Breaking ball comes across for the strike. Hey, we'd like to thank Lead Car Toyota of Wausau. Discover unbeatable deals and award-winning service center at Lead Car Toyota in Wausau. Your full-service destination for everything Toyota, including state-of-the-art collision center. Find us on North 20th Avenue in Wausau. And Thurs jumps ahead, 0-2. One thing Marathon has got, all their pitchers can throw really nice breaking balls. And a lot of teams they face are fastball hitting teams, and they really, really struggle with the breaking balls that the Marathon pitchers throw. 1-2. Drop strike, curls her down there, and that goes down the K. So the second strikeout registered for Thurs. That brings up Carter Summer, the pitcher. Marywood Conference. Rib Lake girls are number 2 seed in WIAA softball. Athens a number 5 seed. And you're the 5 seed. Marathon the 4 seed. There's that breaking ball, and he finds the outside corner. Nice pitch. Doing 1 the count. Low on that one. And the Columbus Catholic girls, the Donettes, as they would say. The Columbus Catholic girls got a bye. They were a number 1 seeded team in WI Regionals. They are taking on Alma Center Lincoln tonight at Columbus. And there's ball 4. So Sumner draws a walk. First walk given up.
Right fielder number 13.
Thurs, right fielder, Brock Weiland. So the Columbus Lady Dons got a 1 seed, again taking on Alma Center Lincoln. And should Columbus win today, they will play on the 29th. We do have a pinch runner for the pitcher.
Running for Marshfield, number 17,
Or should we say a courtesy runner? You have to have the right terminology there as far as the substitution goes. One out. Thurs with a pickoff throw. Almost had him. Thurs getting a single. The sign from Krauser. Krauser sets up on the outside corner. Popped it up, and that one's going out of play behind the base side. Hey, we'd like to thank TRW Auto Body in Moseley offers top quality collision repair. They'll have your vehicle back the way it was quickly and efficiently, while also offering a 24 towing and courtesy loaner vehicles and a lifetime warranty on their work. That's TRW Auto Body Moseley, your friendly fender bender mender. Thurs ahead in the count, 0-1. The Columbus Dons in unison back. First base coach also suggesting nice pitch. Inside corner. So a lot of kids after tonight are done with their high school careers if they're seniors with track regionals, baseball and softball regionals. The winners advance. See, Thurs was not on the rubber that time. He had his back foot behind the rubber, so he didn't have to step off, and he didn't have to throw. On a strike, and there's the 3rd strikeout of the night for Thurs. That brings up the 2nd out. That brings up Ryan Bernick, the 3rd baseman.
Now batting for the Dons, number 25, Ryan Bernick.
Both teams in pinstripes. You don't see that very often. Marathon in their white pinstripes and the Dons in their blue pinstripes. Theirs is in a nice groove right now. Theirs not too worried about the runner. Ayler over on first, keeping him close. Back time. All right, Hannah, here's a question for you. Why do they call it a softball, but yet it's hard? What's soft about it?
Because it's softer than a baseball.
It's still pretty hard. Isn't that weird? They call it a softball, but yet it's hard. There goes the runner. Throw down by Krauser. Oh, nice throw. He was in there safe, though. And Summer goes down to second on the steal. That's a nice throw by Krauser. He's been a nice job blocking pitches and everything behind the plate, but he hasn't had the strongest arm, and that was one of his nicest throws I've seen him have, right on the money. Sometimes you get a steal on the pitcher, not the catcher. Summer gets a good lead at second. Shuda goes behind him. Nice job by Krauser to save that one. You know, Shuda gives a little flick of the glove or the hand to let everyone know he's going back. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. Top of 2. Outside. Count goes full. See if Thurs takes him himself. A little bit low, gets past Krauser. And down Ryan Burdick. Takes a walk. A walk on the wild side.
Number 15, Jude.
Carter Summer goes to third. Jude Becerra at first base. We can kind of date Hannah here. You ever hear the song "A Walk on the Wild Side"? Probably not. Maybe. Runners at the corners. Thirds comes through with a low outside. Jude Becerra at first base. Burnick, not much of a lead there at first. They're not holding. Down the first baseline, way foul. Summer at third base. They're not worried about holding him on. He's not going to steal. Thirds ahead in the count, 0-2. Popped it up. Second baseman goes back, and he gives away to Kunkel, who makes the catch. F9 for the third out, and that retires the side. Columbus strands 2, and after an inning and a half, it's Marathon Red Raiders 1, and the inning Columbus Dons nothing. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Josh Sparks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
I knew I wanted to start an agency that honored those small town values like relationships and service. Our mission is to sell insurance ethically and with integrity to protect our clients' needs today, tomorrow, and in the future.
Not everybody understands insurance, and it's a good day when I can help give peace of mind.
When working with Access Insurance, we are a team,
So you don't just get one of us, you get all four of us.
Access Insurance Agency. Our business revolves around you.
Hey, we're back here on Zaleski Sports and back here in Marathon, where Marathon has taken a 1-0 lead after an inning and a half. Coming to bat for the Red Raiders, Ian Shuda, the second baseman. Shuda does a nice job at second base. Also pitches part-time. Ripped into right center, and that's going to get there, the wall. Shuda should be able to get a double out of that one, and there he's going to second. Nice job by Ian Shuda with a double on that one. He really struggled early into about mid-season, and he got hot at Assumption a couple weeks ago, and ever since then, he's just been on a tear. His confidence is sky high, and that beats Charlie Ehlert, the first baseman, coming up. Ehlert getting a signal from Coach Warren down to the third base. They're going to hold shoot on. The outside strike. He's been consistent. All right, Hannah, we're at the. You got to name your favorite baseball song. Oh, a perplexed look there. Take Me Out to the Ballpark is one.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Really good. That's just a classic. Probably that one.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. What's that one where they do a lot of clapping?
I don't know. I don't listen to many.
Oh, look at me. I can play center field. There we go. 2-1 the count. Charlie takes it 3-1. On the mound for the Dons, Carter Summer. Chuck Shoot at second. Either behind on the fastball. Brings it full. Charlie grounds it and chopped it, fall down the first base line. And inside, and Shuda goes down to third on the wild pitch. Ehlert takes a walk down to first. Second walk given up by Columbus.
Now batting for Marathon, number 4, Evan DeBrew.
There's another one. The Cheap Seats by Alabama. Mm-hmm. A little bit low to take that outside strike. Runners on the corners. Ehlert on first. Shuda on third. No outs for the Red Raiders. DeBrew, a little late, fouls that one off. Evens it up 1-1. DeBrew famous for taking one for the team or wearing it. Last year, 19 hit by pitches, is probably up to about 14, 15 right now. Inside. He did get caught last game, though. He taken one. Pitch came in, and he kind of ducked his helmet into the pitch, and it hit him right in the helmet. And he up kind of caught on and called it a ball, so Evan couldn't wear that one. If you're a fan of the old Cheers show, remember Coach? He used to show people how he had led the league in how to get hit by a pitch, lean into things. Shooter, there's that out. DeBrew with that outside strike. A lot of major leaguers, they'll wear that elbow pad now, so they're not afraid to kind of keep that elbow in there and get hit. But you don't see that on a lot of high school players. 2-2, no outs. DeBrew pounds it into the ground, a shortstop. Third baseman cuts it off, throws over to first, and they're not going to get him. And in the meantime, That brings in Shuda from third. DeBrew with an infield hit. Ehlert goes down to second, and DeBrew with an infield single.
Batting for the Red Raiders, the center fielder number 17, Cody Radke.
That brings up Cody Radke, the center fielder. Started the game off in the bottom of the first with a single. First and second, nobody out. Ryan Burdick did a nice job cutting that one off, but his momentum kind of carried him to second base and didn't allow him to get much of a throw behind it, and it wasn't hit that hard. So DeBrew gets an infield single. Radke drills one to left center, and nice job by the center fielder. Nice sliding catch by the center fielder that time, Ray Becker. Nice job. That gets past him. Cody's probably on third. So, well hit ball, but unfortunately, right to the center fielder, Becker. For the first out. That brings up Blake Underwood, grounded out to the shortstop in the first. If you're a pitcher, you pound that outside corner. Very generous strike zone on the outside. Part of the plate. Ooh. Yeah, they know it. To quote Euchre, just a bit outside, but nonetheless, the home plate is the dictator in this situation. What he says goes. I'm sure he wanted to call that one, but he couldn't. It was too far outside. Hey, the count goes 1-2. Some are ahead in the count. Tried to get a breaking ball over. Didn't quite break. Popped it up, straight up. A pitcher coming in, some are coming in, and infield fly is called. And Underwood flies out to the pitcher. Or the second out. So when runners are on first and second, less than 2 outs, if you hit it to the infield, if you pop it up to the infield fly is called, the batter's automatically out. Truthers singled in the first, 1 for 1 on the day. Wanted advance, get past, and the runners advance. Ehlert down to third, DeBrew down to second. Kinishki got past him a little bit. That was a hard one to do. Evens it up at 1. Second and third for the Red Raiders. There's the pitcher. Base in. Pops it up, and that's going to be out of play. Hey, we'd like to thank Peterson Kramer Funeral Home. Peterson Kramer Funeral Home is committed to providing personal and compassionate care for each customer. Let Peterson Kramer Funeral Home step up for you in your time of need. Again, thanks the sponsors for putting this on. Always appreciated. Give them your business. Round it out. It's kind of weird though, Hannah. I don't mean this as a negative, but I would not want to give a funeral home my business. We really appreciate their sponsorship. It means a lot, but that's one thing where I wouldn't want their business. I wouldn't want to but thank you for your sponsorship. Thurs chases one down, and for the third out, Thurs goes down via the strikeout route. First strikeout of the game, and after 2 innings, Red Raiders push one across to take a 2-0 lead after 2 innings. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Marathon's favorite bowling alley and family fun center is Marathon Sports Center on Highway 107 in Marathon. Birthday parties, nights out with the family, night leagues, dinner with the family, and so much more is all under one roof at Marathon Sports Center. Open for lunch and dinner on Wednesday through Sunday with a menu that includes burgers, pizza, nachos, Friday fish fry, and so much more. You'll love the fun, energetic atmosphere with plenty of TVs to watch the big game and plenty of space for your next celebration or event at Marathon Sports Center on Highway 107 in Marathon.
Hey, we're back here in Marathon, where Marathon, after two complete, have taken a 2-0 lead over the visiting Columbus Dons. Hey, thanks to Copper Mug here in Marathon. Favorite place for holiday, festive, and local home decor is the Copper Mug. This local gem is filled with excellent gifts for friends and family, and a great selection of woodwork, handmade items, and so much more. Find them on Facebook or stop by the Copper Mug here in Marathon. Thur's getting his warm-up throws in. You get 5 in between the innings. And then you throw her down a second. In the meantime, the other players for Marathon are warming up the second baseman and the third baseman. Got to clean off that white plate. And that brings Drew Lang, the left fielder, for the third inning. Drew Lang, the left fielder, has yet to bat. Thurd's on the mound. Thurd's with 3 strikeouts and a walk. Summer, for the Dons, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. 5 hits for Marathon. The Dons hitless so far. Third's aggressive with the first pitch. Gets ahead in the count. Ooh. Wear it, and he did. So Drew Lang advances down the first with a hit by pitch. That gives them a base runner. Carson Eckes, the second baseman, a strikeout victim in the first. The Dons get a base runner. Ripped down the first base line right at Conkle. Did he make the catch or not? Yes, he did. Nice job. That was a mean line shot. Conkle had it played perfectly. Took about 3 steps in and had to kind of lunge forward for it and makes the nice play. Nice, well hit by X, but it goes down as a long out to Conkle in right. Nice play by Conkle. Kanischke, the catcher, flew out to Conkle in right in the first, 0 for 1. Nice job by Conkle. Had him played perfect for left-handed hitting. Heck. There's bounces one in there. And they were able to double off Lang, who had ventured a little bit too far off that time. So got the throw back in there. 9-3 for the second out. I didn't think Conkle was going to catch that one either. Lang got a good lead off. He was all the way to second when Conkle caught the ball, and all Conkle had to do was get up, throw back to first, and they doubled him off. Alert play by Conkle. Ooh, that bender didn't bend. I think we were all watching. We didn't really catch the guy Lang going on second. We were all watching Conkle as he made the play, and we're waiting for the call from the ump to make sure it was a catch, and it did. And there was the double play. 3-1 the count, 2 down. Nice crowd here tonight. A lot of Columbus Don fans, Red Raider fans filling up. Smell of popcorn and brats and burgers in the air. Throws with a fastball. Brings it full. And Thurs walks his second one. Kanischke goes down to first on a base on ball. That brings up Ray Becker, the center fielder. Popped up or lined out to the first baseman. Signs coming in from the Marshfield coaches. Becker, the center fielder, made a nice catch last inning on Cody Ratke. keeping them close. Let's see if Cody Radke in center can return the favor. Inside. Grounder. Underwood flopped the second, and there Underwood kind of bobbled it at first, but he kept his glove down, knocked it down, underhand throw to shooter covering from second, and down goes Becker. 6-4 for the third out. That ends 2.5 innings where Columbus still is yet to score, and Marathon is 2 runs better, 2-0 coming to the bottom of the third.
Top, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Hello, it's Mayor Lois Teastrake asking you to join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Dairy, great time. The fun starts with me on Friday, May 30th at the Mayor's Breakfast, 5:30 to 9:30 a.m. At 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for family-friendly entertainment and later join free live music at the Wenzel Family Plaza. Saturday, May 31st, the parade starts at 11 o'clock and Wenzel Family Plaza will host fun activities. In the afternoon, the Pie and Ice Cream Social is at the Upham Mansion. And Nuts Deep 2 will be hosting an outdoor beer garden with live music. For more information, go to visitmarshfield.com.
Hey, we're back here with Zaleski Sports and back here in Marathon where the Columbus Dons are taking on the Marathon Red Raiders. Marathon leads 2-0 entering the bottom of the third. We do have a pitching change. Carson X moves from second base to the mound. He's now the pitcher. And we'll get all the movements here as we look around. That brings up Drew Wolfel. Singled in the first. 1 for 1. Again, a non-conference game for both teams. Getting ready for tournament action. Columbus takes on New Lisbon on Thursday. Marathon off until next Tuesday, the winner of Cadott and Glenwood City. Low and outside to Wolfel. Wolfel pops one down. It's going to get down in center field. Wolfel with his second hit of the day. With a single. Again, don't have to hit it hard. Hit it where they ain't. That brings up Conkle. Popped up to the shortstop. Again. 6 hits for Marathon. None yet for the Dons. Wolfel, not much of a lead at first. Gets a secondary lead. Conkle takes a strike. Conkle droops one over to shortstop's head for a single. Wolfel goes down to second. Q, first hit of the game. 1 for 2 for Conkle. That brings up Owen Krauser, a strikeout victim in the first. 0 for 1. No outs here in the bottom of 3. X moved from second. Now he's on the mound. Wolfel gets a good secondary lead. Krauser squares the bunt. Takes ball high. Krauser stepping out, getting the signs from Coach Warren. Runners on first and second. Squares the bunt, pulls it back in. 3-0. I'm sure Krauser will be taken all the way on this one. As they say, dead red. Don't swing. And that's why. Krauser finds his way down the first on a base on ball. Third one given up by the Columbus pitcher. Wolfel down the third. Kunkel to second. That brings Ian Schuda, a booming double to the gap in right center. And scored in the second, 1 for 1. Schuda left-handed, throws right-handed. There's fastball. Had the take sign. With X struggling on the mound, make him throw a strike. That's going to get down for a base hit. And it gets past the center fielder. And here comes Wolfel in to score. Here comes Kunkel in to score. And Schuda has got another double. And 2 RBIs on that one. So Schuda goes down to second on that one. Krauser ends up at third. Wolfel scores. And so does Kunkel scores. That bumps the lead up to 4-0 for the Red Raiders. Ehlert with a walk in the first. Walk in the second. 0 for 0. Doesn't have an official at bat yet. I'm sure Columbus has not thrown their number 1 pitcher with the first tournament game coming up. Giving a lot of other pitchers an opportunity tonight. The only way you could pitch tonight if you threw less than... And the right field goes to Ehlert. There's a single coming in, and Krauser finds his way around the base pass to score. Ehlert with an opposite field single.
Now ready for Marathon, number 4, Evan DeBrew.
Runners at the corner, still no outs. Evan DeBrew, a single. In the second, 1 for 1. The only way your number 1 pitcher could pitch today is if he threw less than 30 pitches. Then he'd be able to throw on Thursday. DeBrew pops one up. That's going to bloop in there for a single. And it does. And he's safe at second. So DeBrew with another seeing eye blooper. Second hit of the game. And in comes Schuda from third. Ehlert makes it down to second. Here comes Cody Radke now, 6-0 in the third. Cody Radke, a single and a fly out to center field. 1 for 2. The leadoff hitter, Radke, a lot of speed. A senior. So the way that works, if you throw 31 to 49 pitches, you have to have 1 day rest. 50 to 75, 2 days rest. And 76 to 100, you need 3 days rest. So with Columbus, their number 1 pitcher did not throw tonight because you need him on Thursday. Curveball popped up. That's going to be down the first base line and just against the fence. The ball comes back in. 1-2. Cody behind in the count. Nice block by Kanishki. Those good catchers. They keep their whole body. They get down on their knees, get their shoulders wide, get the glove down. Nice block. Cody goes to right field on that one. Nickel and diamond that small ball, and in comes Ehlert all the way around to score. Ehlert with a run scored. Cody with a second single. And he gets an RBI on that one. And Evan had to stop at second.
Next up for the Red
Nice job of taking it to opposite field. Outside pitch, take it to the opposite field. Nice bit of hitting by the Red Raiders tonight. That brings up Underwood. 0 for 2. Popped up to the pitcher and grounded out to the short. I'm sure Underwood wants a piece of the action. He goes, everyone else is getting a hit but me. Him and Krauser are the only ones that all hit tonight. And there's still no outs here in the bottom of 3. Down to third base line, gloved, and he booted it. And there's a force out at third. That was a tough one for DeBrew on that one. So DeBrew has recovered 6-3 for the first out. Underwood hits into a fielder's choice, but down to first. Radke at second, so even though Underwood gets on, it's not an official hit. So here comes 2 thirds up. Thirds, a single, and a strikeout. 1 for 2. Popped it up behind us. Hey, we'd like to visit Marshfield. Big weekend in Marshfield. Marshfield Dairy Fest is May 30th and 31st. Check out visitmarshfield.com for all the details. See you in Marshfield for a fun-filled weekend at Dairy Fest, and it's supposed to be a great weekend temp-wise. Get to Marshfield for Dairy Fest. Third, deep in the hole to the shortstop. Gloves it over to second for the force. He did drop it, but on the exchange, so he is out. So Thurs hits into a fielder's choice. Underwood goes down 6-4 for the second out. And then brings up Wolfel, who led off the inning with a single, 2 for 2. Runners out the corners. 2 outs. We have a time called. Courtesy for the pitcher. Hey, Ridgetop Exteriors, just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings their top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has a winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. Thank you for your sponsorship. So, Wolfel 2 for 2. Two outs here in the bottom of 3. Home plate gives them the go. Wolfel with a rip way back. That's going to bounce all the way to the wall. And it's going to one-hop the wall. And Wolfel, he's a booming double. And in comes Radke. So Wolfel with a double. And that brings in DeBrew.
Running for Marathon number 14, Taylor Underwood.
And running for thirds was Taylor Underwood.
Batting for Marathon number 12,
Wolfel goes down to second. 8-0 Red Raiders. Kunkel now batting. 1 for 2, a single, and he popped out to the short. Wolfel at second, Underwood at third. Outside corner on the other side. Consistency. Grounds on the second. The glove over to first. And there's the third out. So Kunkel grounds out for 3 for the third out. And so after 3 complete, it's 8-0. Red Raiders over the visiting Dons. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcasts. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
You should apply for an open opportunity at Marathon Cheese.
It's where you want to start your career. We have a lot of long-term commitment employees.
They work with you and it's great pay, great benefits.
I choose to stay at Marathon Cheese because there's always an opportunity.
Marathon Cheese has worked really great for me and my family.
They donate money to different charities and different things that bring the community up.
There's an opportunity to grow in this company.
Working here at Marathon Cheese has given me a great work-life balance.
I wouldn't work anywhere else. I love working at Marathon Cheese.
Hey, we're back here in Marathon on Zaleski Sports, where the Marathon Red Raiders 8 and the visiting Columbus Dons 0. Marathon really broke it open in the third inning, scoring 6 runs in the inning to Bumped the lead up to 8-0.
Of the fourth inning for the Marshfield Dons, number 10. Devlin
12 hits for the Marathon Red Raiders, none yet for the Dons. Reason for the 8-0 lead. Hannah, did you ever play sports in high school? Just more of an observer? Huh. Ripped down the third baseline, and that's a fair ball by Timler to shortstop. Wolfel gets it in. That's a nice hit ball. Shot down the third baseline out of the Brews reach. Usually that first pitch, they're going to come with a fastball, and Thurs did, and Timler waited on it. Summer started off as a pitcher, moved out the outfield. Timler's now 1 for 2 with his first hit for the Dons. That brings up Summer a walk and a whiff. Chases him back, does Thurs. One. Thurs on the attack on the mound. Waits on the curveball. DeBrew gloves it over to second for 1. Shuda not in time for 2. Summer hits into a fielder's choice. Timler goes down 6-4. That brings up Brock Weiland, the right fielder. Had a lot of action in there, a lot of blue balls just in front of Brock, the right fielder. A strikeout victim in the second. There's a strike. Weiland, the right fielder. There's a curveball, 2 straight curveballs, and Weiland can't seem to find it. That's the advantage of the Marathon Red Raiders. A lot of curveball pitchers. A lot of high school teams have trouble hitting the curve. Ehlert, nice job at first. Ehlert and Krause have really stepped up being the first baseman this year for the Red Raiders. Curveball, he waited nice on that one, falls it off. 0-2. Hey, Sure Construction, with our office right here in Wausau. Sure Construction offers you commercial and custom home construction expertise throughout Wisconsin. For your next construction project, look no further than Sure Construction. There we go, strikeout. Check out sureconstruction.com. And while you're checking out Sure Construction, we'll go back to True Thurs. Weiland goes down on a strikeout for the second out. 4 strikeout by Thurs, and that brings up Ryan Burnick, the third baseman, a walk in the second. No official at bat. That's a different, it's not his curveball because that one breaks the other way. It almost looks like a screwball or something because instead of breaking to the outside corner, it actually breaks to the inside. I have to ask him that. Ripped to block Underwood. Underwood over to second for the force. So here's fielder's choice for Burnick. And Summer goes down 6-4 for the third out. So entering the bottom of the fourth, it's the Columbus Dons nothing and the Marathon Red Raiders 8. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Too many people struggle with pain and injuries. At Mark's Chiropractic of Marathon, our goal is to get you back to doing the things you love. Whether you're looking for an adjustment, muscle work, laser therapy, or dry needling, we have you covered. Learn more by reaching out to Mark's Chiropractic on Main Street in Marathon or check out our website at marathonchiropractor.com.
Here at Brickner Motors, in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
Hey, back in Marathon with Hannah at the controls here on Zaleski Sports, where Marathon has bumped the lead up to 8-0, entering the bottom of the 4th inning. With that in mind, now batting, Owen Krauser, a strikeout victim, and a walk successor in the big 3rd inning. So, 0 for 1 officially. Krauser, him and Underwood are the only ones who have not found a base hit yet today. Let's see if Krauser can start it off here in the bottom of 4 with a base hit. Still on the mound, X, who came in for Summer. There's a strike. Yeah, a nice day, almost no wind, even though it's cloudy. Chases one down. Outside, with temp being only about 66, it's not bad because it's not windy. Really enjoyable. No bugs. That really makes it enjoyable. Krauser grounds one to 3rd, and he bobbles it. Kunkel, okay, Hannah, would you give him a hit, or do we give him an error on that one? I think we got to give him an error because that was a bounce chest high. Sorry, Owen. Even though you're on first, we got a E5. He should have had that one. But hey, your on base percentage goes up. That's just as important. That brings up Ian Shuda. 2 big doubles today. 2 for 2 for the second baseman. Nobody out. Got base runners on again. Every inning, they've had traffic on the base. The Red Raiders have. Summer looks at second. There's no one there. Down low. I think he kind of forgot. There's been so many guys on second. It was a habit. Way outside. Hey, Marathon Cheese is made up of a family of employees founded in the heart of Wisconsin Dairyland. It's the people who work at Marathon Cheese who bring such passion and commitment to Marathon Cheese so special. For your next career move, consider joining Marathon Cheese family and apply at mcheese.com. And while that's happening, Shuda takes a ball, works to count to 3-0. I'm sure he'll take the next pitch. And he does. Shuda wanders down the first on the walk. 4th walk provided by the Don pitchers. Charlie Ehlert. 1 for 1 officially, a single and a base on balls. Ehlert behind that one. Ball tip. Catcher hangs on. Still a strike. Ehlert, the first baseman. Way outside. Runners advance. Krauser down to 3rd and Shuda to 2nd. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Ehlert on opposite field single into 3rd. Couldn't catch out that. That was a nice pitch. Nice curveball. Ehlert wanted, but by the time he recognized it, it was too late. Count goes 1-2 to Ehlert, the first baseman, sophomore. And he whiffs on that one. Drop 3rd strike. Down to 1st he goes. And recorded as a strikeout victim. So, Ehlert, first out of the inning, goes to Evan DeBrew, 2 for 2, 2 singles. Hey, we'd like to thank the big Underwood Construction crew. For a custom-built home, you want to work with the best. And Underwood Construction right here in Marathon is a perfect place to turn. For your next home building experience, look to Underwood Construction, #1 in construction. That brings up Evan DeBrew. 2 singles, 2 for 2. Evan trying to find his groove as the season goes on. Perfect time to do it with Turney coming up next week for the Red Raiders. Consistent outside strike by the men in blue. Still second, third. Elert gets a lead at third. They're working hard. Came on for Carter Summer in the second. Outside strike. That one, I'll have to give DeBrew credit on that one. He shouldn't have swung at that one. I think he needed an extension on his bat to reach it. Nonetheless, and sometimes that's hard as a batter because you expect all those outside ones to be strikes, and pretty soon you start chasing it. Good control by DeBrew, 2-2. Grounded in the deep hole, and another single for DeBrew, and here comes Lepek, who was pinch running, and Shuda right behind him. So DeBrew gets his third hit of the game, goes to second on the throw. Lepek pinch running for Krauser, the catcher, and Shuda comes around to score from second. It is now 10-0 Red Raiders. That brings up top of the order, Cody Radke. 2 singles and a flyout. 2 for 3. 13 hits for the Raiders, 1 for the Dons. Radke takes one in the opposite field, and that's hit right to the right fielder, Rock Weiland. F9 for the second hit. And that brings up Blake Underwood. Looking for the first hit, has it in the fielder's choice, popped up to the pitcher, and ground out to the shortstop. 0 for 3 officially. Underwood wants that base hit. 2 out. Keep them moving. They want to, the old saying, keep the order moving. Underwood wants to keep it ordered, keep the order moving. A little high. 2 outs. 10-0. Red Raiders. There's that base hit he wanted, and he's going to get her. That's going to go all the way to the wall, and he's going to get a double on that one. DeBrew comes around to score. And there's Underwood with a double. And that leaves Krauser with the only one with a hit today. Underwood at second.
Next batting for Marathon number 6.
11-0.
Truthers.
Red Raiders, Truthers. Has a single, a strikeout, and hit a fielder's choice. 1 for 3. 2 down here. Hey, Access Insurance, all of your personal business and auto life insurance needs, there's always a local agent you can look to at Access Insurance. Have a friend in your corner to customize the coverage you need. Learn more at accessinsurance.net. Access Insurance Agency, their business revolves around you at Access Insurance. Coach walks out there, the old sermon on the mound. I don't know if there's going to be a pitching change. I would probably assume so. And they bring in the center fielder, I believe. We'll get a number check on him. X. Kind of got hit around pretty good. That brings him number 5. Ray Becker, this center fielder. Now, the pitcher here. So Becker comes in from center field. Hey, while we're waiting for him to warm up, he gets as many warm-up pitches as he needs because he didn't have a chance to warm up. We'll take a break on Zaleski Sports here at Marathon, where Marathon is now ahead 11-0 in the bottom of 4. Back with more on Zaleski Sports.
If you're looking for a local builder you can trust for your next home project, you found them in Underwood Construction. With decades of experience in building homes, replacing siding, decks, garages, and roofs, There is no home project they can't help with. Underwood Construction is a fully insured builder covering all of central Wisconsin. No matter your next project, if you need someone you can trust to do it right at a great price, call Underwood Construction at 715-573-5754.
From carpeting options to vinyl plank, Marathon Flooring is a family-owned business focused on local service and values. They specialize in both home and commercial flooring, treating every project as its own unique style. Transform your home from the ground up with Marathon Flooring.
Come see handcrafted gifts at the Copper Mug in Marathon. Find seasonal themed decorations, clothing, and gift options in our new lower level boutique. When you shop the Copper Mug, your business supports local artists, crafters, and families in our community.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Hannah says we're back in business in Marathon on Zaleski Sports. Truthers stepping up to face Ryan Becker, the pitcher. Inside. Underwood stays where he at. Kind of a courtesy move. Could have easily taken third. Everyone wants another at bat. Keep the line moving. There's 1 for 3. Two and ho. Thirds ahead in the count. Ooh. Thirds gets out of the way. And there's, ball 3. Again, Underwood stays at second. Could have taken third. Good sportsmanship by the Red Raiders. Whoa. I think the ump wants this one to get going. 3-1. Thurs misses that one. Count goes full. Wolfle on deck. Saying Thurs, get on. I want another at bat. And that one goes inside. 5th walk given up. And Thurs goes down first on a base on ball. Underwood stays at second. Wolfle. 3 for 3, 2 singles and a double. Becker moves in from center field. Take over for X, who had taken over for Summer. Let's play, and here we go. Just watching the body language on Becker, you can see he's struggling. Doesn't quite have the confidence. A lot of pitchers getting work for the Dons. High. Last Friday at Rhinelander, you could just see the Rhinelander pitchers, when they started to struggle, their body language told them, whoa. Well, he's consistent with that outside. I don't know if you call it an outside ball, that's a strike. 2-1 to Wolfle. Wolfle fouls behind us. Evens it up at 2. On deck, Kunkel. Radke staying warm in the bullpen. Or warming up. Get some innings in. It's a breaking ball that didn't break. Count goes full. Tyler Underwood on first, pinch running for Thurs. Ripped down the shortstop area, and in comes Blake Underwood. Wolfle with his 4th hit of the game. And an RBI. Taylor Underwood, the shorter of the two, goes to second.
Batting next for Marathon, number 12,
for Thurs. Blake comes in to score. The shorter of the Underwoods Taylor goes down to second. Wolfel on first. That brings up Quillen Kunkel. A single, a ground out to second, and a pop up to the short. 1 for 3. They're not really holding Underwood on at second. He's not going to steal. Hey, thanks to Infinity Exteriors, installing a peace of mind roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving your communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust here at Infinity Exteriors. And Becker finds a strike. Still behind in the count. 2-1. 3-1. It's like Radke's getting loose over there. Get a few innings in. Marathon will play Rib Blake on Thursday at home and at Pittsville on Friday. Kunkel pounds one in the ground to the first baseman. Pitcher covering. And there's the side. So Kunkel grounds out. 3-1 for the third out. And after 4 complete, it's 12-0 Marathon Red Raiders or the visiting Dons. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a new or different career path right here in Marathon? Look no further than AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in the Marathon Business District. Hiring for fabrication and more, this local company offers competitive pay and plenty of flexibility. AH Machine is locally owned and operated and is a proud supporter of the city of Marathon. Good luck to the Marathon High School athletes this season from AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in Marathon.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Hey, we're back here in Marathon, where Marathon has stretched the lead to 12-0 over the visiting Columbus Dons. Third still on the mound. Domination by the Red Raiders so far tonight. That leaves up in the top of 5, Jude Becerra, the first baseman. 0 for 1 officially. Flew out to Kunkel in the second. 1 hit so far, given up by the Red Raiders. Third specifically. Blows it by him. Third works fast. As a defense, you like that. You don't sit there and watch the pitcher fidget. Third gets the ball and takes care of things. Keeps everyone on their toes. A little bit low. Hey, the Marathon City Sports Center here in Marathon, you'll always find great food, cold drinks, bowling leagues, and a great place for your next party or get-together. For the best in Marathon dinner or get-together, come to Marathon City Sports Center. South 107 here in Marathon. That's Marathon City Sports Center. And Thurs finds another strike. Ahead in the count, 1-2 to Becerra, the first baseman from Columbus. The breaking ball really broke, and that freezes Becerra for a strikeout. 5th strikeout for Thurs today. That brings up Drew Lang, the left fielder. Hit by pitch in the third. Will double off on a great catch by Kunkel in right. Popped it up. Behind us. Out of play. Good WIAA tournament action all over the place. Track regionals, girls regional softball. The Columbus girls playing at home tonight. The Marathon and Edgar girls playing tonight. Marathon track regionals at Stratford tonight. A lot of seasons end. A lot of them keep going. It's always hard for a senior. You come down to the last game and you realize all 4 years went quick, and you're done. Kids don't realize how fast it goes. Parents don't realize how fast it goes either. Three and one on the count. Thirds has given up 2 walks so far today. Columbus, 5 walks. And draws another walk. Drew Lang goes down the first. The base on balls, and that brings up Carson X. Second baseman went over to pitcher. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout to Kunkel and right. Marathon with that 10-run advantage. Way behind. Strike 1. Marathon will play at home versus Rib Lake on Thursday. At home versus Rib Lake on Thursday. And a number 2 seed and Pittsville away on Friday. Busy week coming up for the Red Raiders. Again, the Dons playing a 5 seed will have New Lisbon on Thursday. And if they win, they play again on Tuesday. Marathon off WIAA play until next week. With a number 2 seed, they get a bye. Again, Marathon will take on the winner of Cadott and Glenwood City next Tuesday at home. And as a 2 seed, if you win Tuesday, you'll also host a regional final on Thursday. Sectionals in this area at Augusta. Breaking ball that didn't break. 3 and 1 the count. Thirds, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Ball. Strike 2. 1 out. Grounded to Underwood at second. Underwood at short. Throws to second. Fielder's choice for X on at first. Lang is retired 6-4 for the second out. Nice job by Underwood at short. Covering second was Shuda. That bring up Mitch Kanichki. A walk and a fly out to right. 0 for 1. Popped up, down to second goes X. Wild pitch that hit in front of the plate. Krolzer had no chance to block that. Thirds so far has only given up 1 hit. Walked 3, struck out 5. Sure, Thirds is probably throwing a little harder. He wants his last out. When he overthrows, he tends to struggle with his control, as most pitchers do. Just has to relax. Grounded into the hole. Oh, hold it. DeBrew gloves it over to first in time. Nice job by DeBrew to take down Kanichki. 5-3 that one for the third out. And that ends the game here in Marshfield. I'm sorry, and here in Marathon. For Marathon has 10 run the Dons. 12-0 over the Dons. So we'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports. Back after these.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw Steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to provide cost-effective service in a timely manner. Our shipping fleet is a major reason why we are able to be competitive throughout North America, including the contiguous 48 states, Alaska, and Canada. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about us. We look forward to having you join us in building it big.
Burning daylight. I had to define. I go under with. Hey, Chuck Offel back here in Marathon, where tonight the Marathon Red Raiders 12 and the visiting Columbus Dons 0 in a non-conference action, and it's kind of a prelude toward WIAA regionals. Marathon is off until next Tuesday, where the Columbus Dons will play Thursday the 29th versus New Lisbon. But tonight, Evan DeBrew. Evan, officially have you down 3 for 3. Kind of nice to get the bat going a little bit. I know you've struggled much of this year, but you always seem to get the hits, and you're hitting at the right time of the year when tournaments come up. Did you change anything to go 3 for 3?
I really did not change anything much, just really wanted to get some runs on the board and help out the team as much as I could.
So was it more of a mental adjustment as what you're doing, or did you choke up on the bat? I know like some people, like Cody, said they changed bat, went to a lighter bat. Mental or physical?
Definitely mental change, definitely. My mindset was just more towards the game and playoffs coming up. Just really want to do the best I could.
And you can see earlier in the year you were struggling mentally, and I think at times it affected your fielding,
Yep.
and then you seem to be much more confident on the field as with your batting. True?
Yes, very true.
Well, good. Another thing I got to tell you, I brought up, hit by pitches, 19 last year. This year I have you about 15, 16. Last game, the ump kind of saw you stick your head out there and purposely get hit. Is that a little bit of truth to that?
A little bit of both. Kind of inside curveball. Try to get out of the way, but, he called it. Not what I was looking for.
And your parents said you're always a little slow, but so now physically your parents say, well, maybe he just can't get out of the way in time, but any way to get that guy in the base, take one for the team, right?
Exactly.
All right. Hey, Evan, whose house are you in here, bud?
Zaleski Highlight House.
And you're Evan DeBrew, and you're?
In the house.
All right, thanks. That's Chuck Offel here for Marathon, where it's 12-0 Marathon over the visiting Columbus Dons.